మిత్రులారా బంధువులారా వెల్కమ్ స్వాగతము వనకము to South Asia Maps. This is education channel where your presenter Dr. J. Reddy, J. Tirupati Reddy tried to share his passion, 4.5 decades of passion on Bharat Mata studies and Indology. We are continuing our Goalpara District series. This is the historic Goalpara District, part of Assam today. That is the old Goalpara District or British Goalpara District or undivided Goalpara District series. Today it has 6 districts we will go over. The part 6, 7 of the presentation is we will talk about the 6 districts of old Goalpara region. Remember, I am using the term district region synonymously broadly. What are the population of the district? What are the surface area in terms of square kilometers of that district? If you take the population as a numerator, area denominator, you will get the population density per square kilometers. How these compare? How the Goalpara region districts compare with the Assam province, how they compare with the Bharat and entire South Asian region, either side of the Red Cliff line, how they compare with the global population areas densities. After this presentation, you will get a great clarity about that. And this is our Goalpara District series, the old Goalpara District series of Assam, Northeast Bharat. We are in part 7, Goalpara District region population area density per square kilometer we are talking about today. All these presentations, Mitranam, I posted in South Asia maps. You can see the South Asia maps there. There are around about 700 presentations. J. Reddy South Asia maps. I have put them 70 playlists. You can pick and choose the choice of your presentation. So the district's population area density. Before that, the historic the Assam region, Assam province, at the time of partition, post-partition, before Meghalaya and all those regions were taken away, has a 7 prime districts. Goalpara, Kamrup, Darang, Lakhimpur, Naugang and Sibsagar, south of Bareil ranges, Cachar district. Also had the Karimganj region. That was historically part of the Sylhet district, Srihatta district. That was part of Assam. That is the broader 7 or so districts of Assam. And we are talking about the Goalpara district. Goalpara district is between the Sankosh River on the west, Manas River on the east. Further east is the Bar Nadi, that is the Kamrup district. Between Bar Nadi and Manas River. This is the historic demarcation during the time. This is the Sankosh River. This is the Manas River. I am not showing here clearly. This is the Bar Nadi. This is the Gauhati region. This is the Shillong town. This is the Dakeshwari town here. Before that, Mitranam, this will help you to understand the concept of what is 1 square kilometer. That means you take a kilometer, all the sides, a square. 1 square kilometer is 100 hectares. That is 250 acres of the land. That means if you are putting, let's say in Bharat, in this area 444 or 450 people, means 100 families. They have the farmland, they have the grazing land, they have the forest, they have some administrative offices, the road track, railway track. Everything has to be living in this area. So the concept of ecological overload of 8,000 million people or 80 to 100 million people on the planet Earth is a very complex thing. I talked extensively about the visible acreage, invisible acreage, food production, minerals, metals, drawdown, and other series. You can look at it. That is the human ecology series. Before that, you should have a broader idea. I have a whole series of presentations. I call them GAME, Geographic Areas Made Easy. So 1 square kilometers, if you put one like 1,000 kilometers, thousand, that is 3 zeros, 3 zeros, 6 zeros, 1 million square kilometers. Egypt is exactly 1 million square kilometers. That means you can make the countries, whole world into 150 Egypts. That is the surface area, among which take for example United States, Canada, China and Europe west of Ural Mountains, including the Russian part, also has a 10 million square kilometers on average. That means each of that country can accommodate 10 Egypts. So you have to have this broader idea before that. Remember, these are the million square kilometers big areas. There is 150 units, the land area 360 units, water area oceans together 510. So this is again a broader understanding you should be having before we start with. With that introduction and broader understanding, this is the historic Goalpara region. So there are 6 districts now. Because the Goalpara, this is the residuary Goalpara, and other important district is Dhubri, from which South Salmara is carved out. So you have 3 here: Goalpara, Dhubri, South Salmara. And from Goalpara, Kokrajhar were carved out. From Kokrajhar and other regions, Chirang and Bongaigaon carved out. This is the Borderland or Boro people reside there in this part. So we have 6 districts here, and the same 6 districts will be following. Population 2011. Population 2011, and because 2021 census was not out yet or not taken, so this is a broader idea so that you just to keep in mind. So this is the population. So these are the district's population. This is the surface area in square kilometer. Remember, Egypt is the 1 million square kilometers. Lebanon is 10,000 square kilometers. You remember, entire Goalpara district is round about or little more than the Lebanon. This is the old historical district. That means if you make it 5 districts, each district should get round about 2,000 square kilometers. That's what it is here. It says less than 2,000. This is less than 2,000. But this is the more than 2,000. So you can get a broader idea here. So if you remember Lebanon, 10,000. Make it 6 subdivisions, you get round about less than 2,000. So the broadly. So this is again the surface area in square kilometers. This is not in million hectares. So million square kilometer, this is simply square kilometers. Take for example, if you take this as a numerator, this is a denominator. Let's say you cancel 3 zeros here in Chirang district, 3 zeros here, then you have only 1. That means there should be around about 482 people per square kilometer. Why you have 410 means, so we have just rounded up this to 0 so that you can get a broader idea. Again, you take here, Goalpara district is 1 million people here, right? Then take away 3 zeros here, 3 zeros here, you get around about 1,000 people living per square kilometer in Goalpara. So, hold on. This is 2,000, almost should become, you see 800, right? So 2,000 means 500, so you get 550. So that's how we calculate. It's very simple. That's very easy. The entire Assam province now has a 31 million people divided by 78,000 square kilometers. That means it gives around about 400 people per square kilometers, little less than the population density of Bharat. So that means in Assam 400 people live per square kilometers. So the same concept you can see more or less. So because this is the borderland, this is less densely populated, you can see 400 in Chirang, 280 in Kokrajhar, and Goalpara 500 almost average, whereas in the Bongaigaon 680, and this the Dhubri is a very densely populated 800 plus that means double than the Assam national average. And even South Salmara is 1,000 people because Bengal region has 1,000 people per square kilometer. Purbi Bengal, Pashchim Bengal, Turpi Bengal, West Bengal, Mashriki Bengal and Maghrebi Bengal. So you got the idea. How does this compare to the planet Earth? So it's a Bharat. This is the Radcliffe lines, two Radcliffe line here, East Radcliffe, or which is a Bhagirathi line or Hooghly line. 444, remember 444 is the population density of Bharat. How do you get it? So there are 1400 million people live there, 1400. The Bharat has an area post-partition 3.2 million square kilometers, make it 3. 1400 divided by 3, make it 1400 to 1200. 3 means you get 400. So that is the average. So you can very easily get it. West of the Radcliffe line 275. East of Radcliffe line, Bangladesh has a 1111 people per square kilometer approximately. That is the 150 million people live 160, 170 million in an area of 150,000 square kilometers. Twice the size of almost Assam. The planet Earth, I will show you there. Planet Earth has a 55 people per square kilometer. If you take away Amazonia, Siberia, less inhabitable region, Greenland, it can double it to 110. I will show how we got it. This is the population pump. How many people it is pumping the global per year or per decade, like that. So you got this broadly. And if you take here, I have just mentioned very briefly here. This is the Earth. So take for example, healthy person lives 100 years, you are super healthy 150 years, that is the land area, you live on the land. This is the water area, 150, 365, number of days in a year, you remember 510. That is the entire Earth surface area, water and land. So 8200, this is the million people live in planet Earth as of 2025, around about 2025 or so. And you take this 80 to 100 because this is the million square kilometer. 80 to 100 by 150, you get around about 55 or so people per square kilometer on the earth. Lot of the area like Siberia, Amazonia and Sahara, Sahel, less densely populated. So you can take away them roughly half of it. That means instead of 150 units, 75 units, you double the people. That is 114 people per square kilometers. The India has around about 1400 million people, and that is divided by, again in the million, that is 3.2 square kilometers. That should be give I made it very simple. You can make 444 people per square kilometer. How do you remember is the reasonable population density of the planet Earth is 111. Entire Bharat post-partition is 444. That's one way to remember. Or if you make this round about 44, the actual the population density 10 times or 8-9 times more people live in Bharat. That's the one way. How to understand these geographical areas? I have very interesting, fascinating series. If you go over, you can tell any area, any province, state, country on the planet Earth very easily. So all I have posted, look at the game series, Geographic Areas Made Easy. I have put a lot of effort so that it will be very helpful to you. How to figure it out? Let's say here Assam is 78, Meghalaya 22, and Bangladesh, East Bengal is 150. These are 1000 square kilometers. That's how we came to this current conclusion, very easy. So this is again the population density, a population series I have put in. So this is the on that part. This is I'm putting the current presentation as a part of Goalpara, but this is a generic presentation of population, and you can look at that generic presentation of the population. So the various Gangetic plains and Kerala and so on, and you will get a broader idea. It will give a very deeper and understanding of the entire planet Earth and many regions. And this is broadly, and I also have other series. The almost many provinces of Bharat I have put in series of presentations I am showing here. The Karnataka and Rayalaseema region seeded Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu and Maharashtra series, Bengal presidency, partition for Punjabs and so on. And you can look at them, and I have posted them in the YouTube channel. So in broad, today we talked about the population pump, the districts, population area density of the historic Goalpara districts. And in the next, we look at the just very important geographic features, the rivers in the historic Goalpara district. Thank you very much, Mitranam, joining me today. If you like the presentation, you can post your comments, or even if you can share this or subscribe the channel, that will be very helpful to bring the knowledge to other audience. Thank you very much. See you later. Dr. J. T. Reddy, J. Tirupati.